Welcome to Woo That's Hot, where the peppers are spicier than... Oh, I gotta pause. Is it supposed to be hotter or...
It don't matter.
Okay. Today we're going to be baking star bread, which is just a decorative bread. I've done this bread with probably 3 or 4 different types of dough. Doesn't really matter what type of dough you use. So the key here is to cut everything into equal parts. So we want 4 equal parts because you're gonna have 4 layers for the star bread. What's gonna happen is in between each layer, I'm gonna put this spicy sauce that's pesto infused with ghost pepper powder. I don't know how hot that stuff is. I've never had a ghost pepper, so I kind of just put it in there with reckless abandon and we'll see what happens. The spiciest thing I've ever eaten is a jalapeno. We get it to be about a 10-inch circle, 10 to 12-inch circle, so you have plenty of room to put the center layer pesto sauce or whatever you're using and to do your cuts. So you want to keep flipping it so it stays round. You want to stay about 3/4 of an inch away from the outside here so that it stays uniform and you don't have anything oozing out of the sides. Put about as much as you want of the sauce. It should be relatively dry so that it doesn't make the bread too soggy. I put about 1.5 teaspoons or more of the peppers, the powdered pepper in here, so we'll see how that tastes. I'm gonna break up the middle layer with some feta and basil to help soften the pesto sauce a little bit, give it a little bit of a buffer to the acidity, I guess. Who doesn't love basil? Consistency here that you really want to worry about is the consistency of the thickness of the dough, not so much the circle because you can trim around it. So if it's not perfectly round and you're just starting out, it's really not a big deal. Just make it work, just keep the dough nice and thin and in proper layers. The last layer's on, I'm gonna do this. Put it on first and then put the sauce on. Trim the edges now. This is where you can make it look nice and finished. I tend to use a pizza cutter because knives will drag. Even if you've got a really sharp knife, it drags. You want 16 even slices. The best way to do that is to start in quarters and then half them again rather than trying to go around the pie. Just like a clock. 3, 6, 9, 12. No, it seems like you're not going to be able to get 16 slices out of it, but it will work. And it usually will look nice, even if at this point it's getting a little bit turned in on its own. Trust yourself. Okay, ready to do the twist. And this is a way to make any simple bread dough look super fancy with very little effort, and that's my thing. So you just turn them away from each other once, twice, and then you pinch the ends, right? So it has that floury fold, outside, outside, and twist. You're gonna get messy. At this stage, you should have nice floury bursting edges, and it already kind of has that nice pretty star shape. It's gonna fluff out, it's gonna bake out, but it's not always gonna be even, especially when you first start out. Not a big deal. So now it needs to be covered for about 20 minutes, and then we'll bake it.
Welcome back to Woo That's Hot. We just saw Liss, the talented Liss, make this wonderful bread, and now we're gonna get to taste it.
That's the finished product after baking.
The smell that's emanating from this thing has me salivating like a Pavlov's dog. You showed the video how you made it. Is there anything you want to add?
So a lot of times if you're making this sort of bread, you do it to your taste. So I didn't look up a recipe for the sauce. I just know what I like. So it's pretty simple. I put about 1.5 tablespoons of the pepper powder in it, and there's 3 layers to it. So you go off your own palate. I'm ready.
All right, let's
tear and share.
dig in. Let me get my
The closer you get to
Unicorn
the middle, the more
cup.
sauce there's. Ooh.
patent pending. Not really. I actually bought these at the store. I can't patent these, but Maybe there will be a Woo That's Hot unicorn plate one day.
All right.
Pardon me if it's in my beard. We slap it and trap it.
So the kick is definitely there for me right now. It's pretty good. What do you think? The bottom's a little dark,
Well,
but
I can't stop eating to talk. Hold on.
looks pretty good.
This is something I would eat on a regular basis. I love the garlic. I'm like, for me, the spice is about like to me, the spice is about what I like. The garlic's nice. Everything blends well.
Yeah,
The bread has a great texture to it.
I'm not too uncomfortable with this. I like the spice myself, and the flavor overall is really good. So it's not canceled out by the spice. You know, still get everything in there, and it's a nice burn if you like the burn.
Yeah. So this is definitely something that you guys could make at home. You know, try it out. Very approachable. It's not like it's not a gut bomb. Not something you're gonna make and then you eat a piece and you're done. You know, you could sit here and you could eat this with your friends. Good for like a Super Bowl party or a football, whatever you want to do, or just hanging out playing cards. Wonderful recipe, you guys. Try it out. Heat-wise, I'd rate this probably about a 4.
Yeah, it's not that hot.
Flavor-wise, I'm gonna rate this about a 9 out of 10. Liz doesn't know this yet, but she's cooking for the next football party I have.
It's so easy, and that's one thing I really like about the star bread is it makes you look really fancy, and as you saw while it was being cut, it's really not that hard to do, you know? It's more the patience of making the dough, but you could probably get the Pillsbury and still do it yourself without even worrying about the hard bake.
Yeah, I'm definitely holding my pinky out while I eat this.
No, I thought you were like, I'm gonna say something.
Well, this is fancy. Yeah, this is definitely a winner. Here's the thing, is Liz was concerned because she wanted to make it so spicy that it hurt for the entertainment of the show. However, this is a good element, just something to add. Creative recipes for us chili heads. We love to cook. We love to eat anything spicy. This is a good approachable recipe. You know, most people don't, while we like the heat challenges, a lot of the chili heads out there, they don't want a gut bomb. They want something that has a nice heat but good flavor. Something that they can just enjoy at the table, the family, or for themselves, whatever, but without hurting their stomach, without it being a big thing. It's nice to have challenges, but this is a great recipe that you can make any day and just eat it. Give you guys a cross-section shot, play some dramatic music. Zoom in. Have you considered making your own YouTube channel, or?
That's a thought. It's fun to do the baking. And I think as a novice baker, there are a lot of people that don't do videos where, you know, when you look up the video when everyone has this fancy stuff, there's ways to cut corners and get around that. I thought about giving people tips like that where you can do this sort of thing. You don't need the giant kitchen and all this stuff with it. So that would be a fun way to go with a YouTube video channel.
Sure. And if you ever just want to make things here, spicy things, anything that you do want to make that spicy, this would be a good place to do it. I'm going to eventually make hot sauce videos when my peppers grow out. Make some interesting sauces with that, but that's about the extent of where my cooking expertise ends. Please, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
All 3. Woo! That's hot!
Oh, hi there. Fancy meeting you here. Do you love this hot content? Do you need more? Well, you're in luck. Click above. You can subscribe there, or perhaps you can check out my other videos to the left. But first, subscribe. Hit that logo up there. Hit it, then hit subscribe. Then check out my other videos. Do it.